it's Ellie. Welcome back to another video, or hello if you are new. Today, I am back in Summit Sanctuary with a part 1 build of a very large concert hall that I made for my zoo. So, this concert hall, I think I've talked about it in previous episodes, but it has 2 exhibits in it. And it actually has 4, I'm just kidding. It has 2 areas of exhibits. So I'm really hoping that the guests actually walk into this area. And it also has a souvenir shop. I think it's just a memento if I'm remembering correctly. And then in the back, the guests aren't actually going to go there because there's no reason for them to. There is actually path in the backspace of this concert hall, which is the actual concert hall in the back. So there are some doors that you can go through and get to the concert area, but as I just said, there's really nothing back there except the stadium seating and the stage. And so the guests are not going to actually want to walk down there to see anything, so we're just gonna have to live with it. It makes sense, you know, for the most part. If there's not actually a concert going on, nobody would have any reason to go back there anyway. Most likely it's locked when there isn't an active event in the concert hall. So just this front area is going to be open, and just this front area is going to be like functioning for the guests in terms of what they actually need in the zoo, and I think that's okay. But yeah, oh, I forgot there's also I think it's a chief beef stand. I don't know, there's some food. So hopefully the guests just walk right back there. But otherwise, it's pretty open, and I, was just trying to make a venue space. And what I really would like to do is put, I don't know, I want to get people's like avatars from the Planet Zoo. You know, in the menu you have your avatar, and also the avatars walk around in the zoo. If you're like friends with somebody on Steam, then, and you have your settings to check to allow it, then your Steam friends can actually like walk around in your zoo, but just their avatars, like they can't actually see it themselves, but their little avatars will. And so I really want to get a bunch of avatars that are in the game and then make fake entertainment groups from, and like posters and all. I want to make the whole shebang, like a full concert poster for whatever performer or entertainer is supposedly going to be performing, and I want to put them up in the zoo. So I will ask you, YouTube people, if you're watching this, and presumably this is going to come out way before I will actually need these photos. But if you're watching this and you want your zoo avatar to be featured in this zoo as a performer, send me a picture of your Planet Zoo avatar and a fake performer name if you can think of one, and or a type of performance that you want to do. I will go in Photoshop and I will make posters of your zoo avatars, and I just think it would be so fun to do that. I had that idea originally when I was kind of building this. I was like, oh, it would be, I originally was like, oh, I should get like Taylor Swift concert posters or some other, Taylor Swift is just kind of like the most well-known pop culture person, I feel like, frankly. So that's why I mention her specifically. I'm not like a huge fan. I'm like a passive fan, I suppose. I actually don't really like concerts, if I'm being totally honest. I would never go to a concert in real life. It's not my kind of thing. Too much of a crowd. It's too loud. The music is generally terrible, like, comparatively to what you would hear in the produced version of the song. And so it's just not my vibe. But I originally was thinking like, oh, what are some pop culture people that I could use in my zoo as like a kind of a funny nod to pop culture, and or just like like an Easter egg almost. But you know, I feel like that would be cool, and I will do that if I don't find any avatars to use. But I think it would be so much funnier, and it would look so much better in the world of this zoo if I use the actual zoo avatars. If nobody wants to send me avatars, that's totally fair. But I might just find some interesting looking guests or something. I'm gonna make this work regardless. I would just really love to include people who watch my videos if they feel like they want to be included, because yeah, you know, one of my friends streams regularly, and like, I tried streaming for a while. I don't think it's for me, but I do like the aspect of being able to sort of directly talk to and build some kind of community feeling with your viewers. I think that's kind of the neat part of streaming. I don't know if I'm ever gonna stream again, just because I feel like my content just doesn't really flow with streaming, you know? I like doing speed builds because I like building over like hours and weeks of time, apparently years, because it's almost the end of February, and I still haven't finished this zoo, though I'm very, very close to finishing the zoo, which is a small update. I have now completed mostly I kept calling it a desert house, and my plan up until whenever I did a narration for the zoo last was to make it a desert house, but I chose those desert animals before I kind of pivoted into focusing specifically on most concern level of animals in terms of their conservation status. And so when I went in to look at the animals that I had written down as possibilities for this little desert house, I just decided that it didn't really fit with what I wanted to bring to this zoo. So I did pivot to choosing different animals with the same sort of idea of having like a sort of unifying feature of all the animals in this building. So I think what I ended up doing, now I'm having trouble remembering actually what the unifying feature was, but I think they were all East Asian animals. I hope that's right. I know I have the red panda in there, I have Gharials, I have the bear. Oh, what bear is it? It starts with an F and I can't think of the name. And then I have some of the other animals that I never really actually put in my zoo. Like, I believe I have a Komodo dragon in there, and then also there's a couple other animals. I can't think of it now. There's a lot of habitats in that building. But in any case, I have mostly finished the building. I finished all the habitats in the building, so now I just need to go through and add some fine detailing and make the building seem full and not just like a empty building with habitats on the outer edges of it. And I have also been tempted with changing some of the wall features to include more windows. Not sure if I'm gonna do that yet. I think I prefer having skylights, but I might do like a ring of windows kind of around the outer but top edge of the building. I don't know. It depends how difficult it is going to be to make the windows, more specifically, make the glass pieces flow with the shape of the building, because as you might have noticed, I've been doing a lot of round buildings in this zoo, and round buildings are very difficult to work with if you want to add features like windows. So I tend to have to use like the smaller glass pieces, and then I only use them if I can really get them not to overlap in a really annoying way, because I don't like it if they have to partially overlap in some areas. It just looks really bad. So yeah, I finished the building of habitats. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I haven't come up with a name for it. I mean, it's not really going to have a name in my zoo, but I don't know how I'm going to refer to it in the future. Especially when I'm, you know, narrating the speed build episode for it. But I finished that, and then I went on to build the Peafowl golf course, which obviously the peafowls are not classified as concerned or vulnerable or anything of the nature, but they are. It's just an idea that I really wanted to do. I just wanted to have the peafowls wandering around this very nice golf course, and so that is what I did. I finished the entire actual habitat portion of it, so the golf course is done, but the clubhouse building is not. So that's what I'm working on right now. And then the only thing that I for sure have left is the polar bear habitat and the building associated with that. But that is going to be a little bit bigger of a project, just because I am going to be building also a whole wedding venue in that polar bear building, so it's gonna be pretty detailed, and I know it's gonna take me a while to get that done, because I also, in addition to, you know, where the ceremony is going to be, I also want to make sure I build up like a cool reception area, which I'm gonna use the tents that came in the zookeeper pack, because those are so perfect for this vibe that I wanted, for especially for like a wedding, you know. I feel like you wouldn't have a wedding at somewhere that is framed as a zoo or like an animal destination unless you really were interested in animals and nature and whatnot. So I always figured that the wedding reception area would be somewhere outdoors, and I think I'm gonna put it next to, just like right outside the polar bear building, and that will be really cool. And I'm really looking forward to building that, because I'm very excited to build a wedding venue in Planet. I really like adding all of these more unique features to a zoo, because I feel like anybody can build a zoo and make it look half decent, you know? Because even if you're not great at building, like, there's enough other things going on that you can build a pretty nice looking zoo with limited skills. But it is more complicated. I won't say it's harder. I don't necessarily think it's more difficult, but it is more complicated to build like a resort or something in a game that is not built for it. And so I really like challenging myself with my builds. It's just something that I enjoy in a game like this because otherwise it feels too aimless for me. I have to have like a solid idea and then go with it. And that's kind of what I've been doing here, just very much experimenting with all of these different things that I can potentially build, and I would like to work on my detailing, but otherwise I feel like I'm doing a decent job of making something unique in this game, and I'm really, really looking forward to being done with it. Not because I'm not enjoying building it, I've worked so hard on it that I am ready to share it more broadly. I would like to do a tour video. I'm probably going to end up doing like 3 tour videos for the zoo. So definitely I will do one like fully cinematic, beautiful, no awkward narration from me, just the zoo, and probably some like really good shots of the animals in the zoo especially. And then I also want to do a walkthrough where I actually go through it in real time and talk about the building and whatnot, and kind of just explore my own zoo, if that makes sense. And then finally, what I really, really want to do, what I've been wanting to do since since the zoo was really coming together, is I want to make a fake advertisement for the resort as if it were real, right? So I want to put all these cool cinematic shots together and, you know, make it dramatic in the way that it could be for an advertisement like that, and yeah, I just want to make a silly little advertisement for my suit, that's all. It's like maybe a minute long, maybe 2 minutes, exploring all the different non-zoo aspects of this. So not just showing off the animals, but more so all the other things, like the spa and the golf course and the private bungalows and the kids' house and the concert hall and whatever, you know, really showcase how this zoo is an experience compared to just a regular zoo. So yeah, that's coming. So I'm currently on episode 24 in my edit process. I haven't narrated those, but that's where I am in terms of the footage, and that is like late October in 2024 in terms of when I recorded that footage originally. So I am catching up. I think I might possibly be a little bit over my projection of 30 episodes. It's definitely going to be closer to 35 or 40, I'm guessing, by the time everything's done, and that's including the 3 tour videos that I would like to do. But I don't think it'll be too much longer now before I get to share this full zoo with you, and then I get to move on to my new projects, which I am very much looking forward to. Especially the Planet Coaster 2 update just came out, like a huge one that had a ton of ULL improvements and just generally bug fixes, all the sorts of things that people were not really having a great time playing. They seem to have addressed most of those, and it seems a lot better. I watched a couple videos of the new, not really new, but the updated gameplay, and it does seem, everything seems smoother. The AI routing is much better. So I am very much looking forward to getting back into Planet Coaster 2. I didn't really mean to take a break. It just kind of happened that after the initial launch, I started playing it for a little bit, and then I kind of like, you know, buckle down and get back to finishing this zoo, because I, you know, again, have been working on it for like a year, and I'm ready for the zoo to be completed. Is really the end of it. So but with that, we're very much nearing the end of this episode. So as I said, if you want to send me an avatar, your Planet Zoo avatar, so that I can make a fake concert poster for your zoo avatar, please reach out to me. Probably Discord is the best way. And join my Discord, and then you can send me a message, or you can post your avatar photo in the Planet Zoo chat, which is also good. If you're enjoying the content, please make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you'd like to see future videos from me, or follow the playlist for all of the past and future episodes in this speed build series. And thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!